Hey, this is Vasilis from Sorry I Didn't Come With a Filter podcast. That's right, it is hockey time now. It's hockey time. I love hockey. Hockey is awesome. What can I say? Okay, last night's hockey was a downer for me, okay? It was a downer. It was an absolute downer, but I'm not gonna sit here and just pick on my Canucks and cry about it because, you know what, it ain't worth crying about anyways. So, last night's game was an epic disgrace of officiating on both ends of the spectrum because I was livid on stupid calls. It happened at the Monday night game or Tuesday night game, so I'm again really pissed off. So, recapping, I picked it. The Yotes lost again, so they're only 6-1. So they're like one of the worst teams in the league, and that's not a surprise because Lightning beat them up 5-1. Capitals took out the Penguins, or the Flames took out the Penguins last night. Sorry about that. 4-0. Their Flames are starting off hot, so okay, maybe my prediction might be a little wrong, but it is again 7 games into the season. You can't always predict that, but again, whatever. It was a 4-0 win for the Flames over the Penguins. Bruins lost 3-0 to the Hurricanes, who are still a perfect 6-0. Avalanche beat on the Blues 4-3. The Sabres beat up on the Ducks 4-3. The Canucks lost by a goal last night, but it was just a really crappy officiating game. 8 games into the season, and already people are calling for Travis Green to be fired. Here's the problem, people. Here's the problem. It's a little too early to start calling for heads to roll in the NHL. I wouldn't even try to roll that. It's not an idea of anything. Really, it's the refs calling very stupid calls on every end, and I'm not going to sit here and say it's the players. It can be the players, but you start getting demoralized when you can't play the game and you sit in the box all the time taking stupid calls. So it is what it is. The Wild lost to the Kraken 4-1, and the Canadiens finally found a way to win, and they're 6-2 this year. So they beat up on the Sharks 4-0. The Sharks are a very surprising team, but again, I've always stated this. You get Evander Kane out of the locker room, and he is pretty much a very negative person right now with all his issues, and it makes the team feel a lot better. That's my opinion on that. Last night, yes, Joe Quenneville did resign from Florida. It looks like Tortorella is a leading candidate to become the next head coach of the Florida Panthers. This whole thing with Chicago and Kyle Beach, and again, I don't really like to touch on this because it's just a disgusting disgrace of what is professionally happening in sports entertainment like pro wrestling and that, and the entertainment business where we had the Me Too movement a while ago. This is very disgusting. This has to end. There's no room for sexual misconduct, sexual assault, rape, anything. Not in this stuff. You got kids, you got families, you're trying to show them that this is not acceptable, but yet it's popping out. So I think what the NHL should probably do is start doing a lot of more background checks and psychology checks on these people and make sure they're not actually predators. This is disgusting. This is just an absolute disgrace for anything. Doesn't matter if it's a sport, music, movies, in business-wise, it doesn't matter. It just does not belong in that or in the world, period. And that's mine. And I feel bad for Kyle Beach to having to go through this for nearly 10 years because they wanted to win a stupid cup. No offense, I'll call it a stupid cup right now because that was the goal. Then that's a disgrace. That is an absolute bullcrap thing to do. But tonight's predictions, I'm moving on here. The Blackhawks are going to lose because Carolina is going to go 7-0. Blue Jackets versus Rangers. I'll say the Blue Jackets. Capitals are going to beat the shit out of the freaking Yotes, so they're set. They'll be 0-7-1. Panthers are going to stay hot like usual because they're a surprise team on that end, and I know Quinville will be no longer behind the bench. It's a fill-in guy until they can find their coach, and I hear it's Andrew Burnett, so congrats on the upgrade there, my friend. I know it's a horrible way to get upgraded, but again, you deserve it. You're a champ, so go out there and lead those guys. Ducks versus Knights, I'll say the Knights. And Senators versus Stars to close out tonight's hockey would be, I'd go with the Stars. Maybe the Stars, but I'm going to go deep down, deep inside Senators. So, they got their Brady Tkachuk back, so they'll be all right. Now, I'm not going to cover EPL and all that, but I'm also going to cover my NHL predictions with my NFL predictions for Week 8. So, yesterday's game was a shocker, and I had to repost Aaron Rodgers' look. It was funny as hell. It was a great thing to watch because he was funny, and especially the dead-eye look. But we are going to go. My predictions for Sunday's game, Halloween, Sunday, football. I am going to take the Bills over the Dolphins. I am going to take the Browns over the Steelers. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals over the lonely Jets without their Zach Wilson. And the Colts over the... I'm going to say the Titans over the Colts. Eagles over the lonely 0-7 Detroit Lions. The Bears over the 49ers. The Rams over the Texans. Panthers over the Falcons. Seahawks completely over on the Jaguars. Patriots are going to completely lose. I know my friend's going to be pissed with me on that, but that's okay. The Chargers are going to take out the Patriots, and Brady and company will smash the Saints if the Saints can pull out a miracle there. I'm going to say the Broncos beat the Washington football team, and on your Sunday nighter, I am going to pick the Cowboys over the Vikings. And those are my predictions and my picks for today. I am going to go over why for a bit here. The Cowboys necessarily in the Sunday nighter over the Vikings, I just like that team. I do. I just have a feeling they can still pull off stuff. I know Dak is listed as practice, but again, Dak is Dak. Man plays, and he's good. Broncos, I can honestly say, beat Washington 100%. I got the hiccups, I'm sorry. It is what it is. You can't get... And then when I go to the Buccaneers versus Saints, you can't bet against Brady. Brady has proven that. And I wish I was the guy who caught his 600th passing touchdown, because honestly, all I would have cared about is just getting the season tickets. Like, this guy who caught the ball got everything. That was crazy. But congrats to that guy, and congrats to Brady on his 600th. Chargers are just a great team all around. I can't say much more about them. The Seahawks, they're struggling, but again, the Jags are so horrible. So I'll just keep my pick at that. I would really want to see the Panthers somehow turn around their luck. They're saying the Atlanta Falcons. I know the Falcons are doing great right now, but I'm going to go with the Panthers. The Rams are they're against the Texans. And I know Deshaun Watson is willing to waive his no trade only to Miami. So, again, I don't think that should actually happen, because you're going to fall victim to whatever happens next with him. I like the Bears over the Niners at any given Sunday. I'm not even going to go touch the Eagles and the Lions because that's just not what I want to touch. The Titans versus the Colts. The Colts are starting to really come on. I know Derrick Henry is just a freaking absolute beast for the Titans. I hope he can get me some points on my fantasy picks because I did pick them. But I'm still going to go with the Colts on that. The Bengals they're just going to pile on the beat down on the poor Jets there. I just feel so bad. Zach Wilson will be a very promising quarterback for that team. The Browns, again, I know there's no Odell Beckham. I hear Baker wants to play. I just don't know how this is all going to work, but I'll just say the Browns anyways because they're still a solid team. I know they say Claypool and Najee Harris is back. Claypool should be back, so for the Steelers. But again, I'm really not trusting that too much. And Buffalo is just Buffalo. They just beat the piss out of whoever they want. So I'm not going to argue with that fact neither. And that is my predictions for this Flash Friday of the NFL and NHL. And I will talk to you guys in a bit.